ZABoxingNation, where boxing lives, breathes, and breaks down. And today, we're stepping into a month that could redefine the entire sport. January isn't just busy, it's historic. 3 elite matchups, 3 divisions, 3 fighters with something to prove. And every single one of them is walking into the new year knowing that one mistake could change the trajectory of the entire career. On January 31st in New York becomes the epic center of boxing as Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez collide in one of the highest IQ versus high voltage matchups we've seen in years. Shakur, the defensive genius, the man who turns punches into shadows. Teofimo, the explosive switch hitter who can change a fight with one single counterpunch. Pride, power, precision, everything is on the line. Then, only days earlier, Naoya, the monster Inoue, steps into the ring again, this time against the undefeated Mexican challenger, David Picasso. This is more than another title defense. This is the pound for pound king entering 2026 with the target on his back. And David Picasso, he's coming with nothing to lose and everything to gain. These are the kind of fights where legacies are either strengthened or shattered. January 24th brings pure technical brilliance as Andy Cruz, the Cuban prodigy with world-class amateur pedigree, faces the dangerous and underrated Raymond Muratalla. This is the kind of fight that tells us who's ready for world title competition and who still has lessons to learn. Styles, speed, discipline, fire. This is matchmaking at its finest. And later in the video, we go back to your favorite segment, On This Day in Boxing History. January is stacked, the storylines are heavy, and today we're breaking it down every angle, styles, strengths, weaknesses, key stats, historic content, and what these fights really mean for boxing in 2026. Let's break this all down. This is the biggest chess match of early 2026. Shakur Stevenson, who has 24 wins, 0 losses, and 11 big wins coming by way of knockout, versus Teofimo Lopez, who has 22 wins, 1 loss, and 13 big wins coming by way of knockout. 2 fighters in their prime, 2 completely different mindsets. One cannot allow the other to dictate the pace. Shakur is operating at a defensive level few fighters in history have achieved. Distance control, footwork, shot anticipation, and his ability to remove an opponent's offense entirely. It's like trying to punch through smoke. He doesn't just slip shots, he positions you where he wants you. He counters off angles that frustrate aggressive punchers. He forces fighters into hesitation, and once hesitation settles in, their whole identity collapses. Teofimo Lopez is explosiveness and unpredictable. He fights best when he's emotional, but still technically sharp. His reflexive counterpunching ability is next level, especially the pull counter right hand that he uses is especially elite. His switch hitting ability opens up lanes that confuse defensive fighters. When Teo is in his rhythm locked in, he becomes a problem for anyone at 135 or 140, possibly even 147. The key factors in this fight will be ring IQ. Shakur holds the advantage in that department. Power. Teofimo clearly hits harder. Speed. The slight edge goes to Shakur in reaction time and Teo in hand speed. Footwork. Shakur by a wide margin. Risk taking. Teo by a wide margin. Can Teofimo Lopez cut off the ring, not just chase Shakur Stevenson? And can Shakur Stevenson maintain focus against a fighter who can explode at any second? Will Teofimo get frustrated and take unnecessary risk? Or will he rise to the level of competition like he always does? My prediction, a razor close tactical fight early, but Shakur's controlling of distance, his ability to freeze Tio's offense, and his discipline down the stretch gives him the edge. I see a Shakur Stevenson unanimous decision in a high-level chess match where both men have moments, but Shakur has more of them. Let me know what you guys think about this fight in the comments below. Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez. Naoya Inoue, who is 31 wins, 0 losses, and 27 big wins coming by way of knockout, is walking into this fight with an aura of a fighter. With the aura of a fighter who has mastered every angle and every phase of combat. At 31 years old, he's in the middle of his prime, powerful, accurate, composed, and increasingly comfortable taking calculated risk. David Picasso, who is 32 wins, 0 losses, 1 draw, and 17 big wins coming by way. 32 wins, 0 losses, 1 draw, 17 big wins coming by way of knockout. Is the kind of undefeated Mexican challenger who brings danger because he has nothing to lose. He's long, disciplined, and sharp. Something fighters rarely use consistently against Naoya Inoue. But this is what Picasso brings. He has a tall frame and long reach. Discipline behind the jab. His counter right hand's timing. His body punching volume. And the youth and hunger is all on his side. But what Naoya Inoue brings, the precision that ends fights. Perfect timing on the step back and hooks. Sharp counterpunching ability. Power that carries late in the fight. And seamless traditions from offense to defense. And seamless transitions from offense to defense. But the real difference, Naoya Inoue doesn't just hit hard. He places punches exactly the moment your guard shifts. He manipulates reactions. He baits openings. And when you fall for the trap, the fight is over. David Picasso is good, but Naoya Inoue is generational. My prediction will be Naoya, the Monster Inoue, by KO between rounds 6 through 9 after breaking David Picasso down with timing and pressure. Let me know what you guys think about this fight in the comments below. Naoya, the Monster Inoue versus David Picasso. Andy Cruz, who has 6 wins, 0 losses, and 3 big wins coming by way of knockout, is one of the most polished talents to come out of Cuba in years. He has elite footwork, Olympic IQ, punches in perfect sequence, and he doesn't waste anything. But Raymond Muratalla is dangerous, more dangerous than people think. Raymond Muratalla's strengths in this fight will be that he has pressure with purpose, a deceptive right hand, his body punching persistence, and his strong finish instinct. Andy Cruz can outbox him, but he cannot allow Raymond Muratalla to build momentum. If Raymond Muratalla cuts the ring, wins the exchanges on the inside, or forces Cruz into the wrong kind of fight, things get interesting. Stylistically, I believe the long range favors Andy Cruz. Mid-range, it's more of a 50-50 fight. On the inside, Raymond Muratalla has the advantage. The footwork, I would give to Andy Cruz by a mile. The power to Raymond Muratalla. The accuracy to Andy Cruz. And the adjustment ability to Andy Cruz. My prediction, a fascinating tactical fight early, but Cruz pulls away late. Andy Cruz by unanimous decision, possibly even late stoppage if Raymond Muratalla fades. Let me know what you guys think about this fight in the comments below. Andy Cruz versus Raymond Muratalla. Now for your favorite segment, on this day in boxing history. On September 20th, 1972, Muhammad Ali ended his rivalry with Floyd Patterson in their rematch, stopping him in round 7. This fight symbolized something bigger than a win. It was the moment Ali fully reestablished himself after his layoff. Floyd Patterson was tough, proud, and determined, but Ali's speed, accuracy, and rhythm were simply too much. It's a reminder of how fighters grow across eras, how rivalries evolve, and how greatness is defined by adaptation, not just talent. Ali didn't just beat Patterson, he closed a chapter in the heavyweight history. But that wraps up my segments for today. January is pure violence, pure strategy, pure high-level boxing. Shakur versus Teo, Inoue versus Picasso, Andy Cruz versus Raymond Muratalla. 3 fights that will influence the first half of 2026. We'll be here breaking down every angle, every upset potential, and every storyline. But this is ZABoxingNation, where champions get analyzed and legends are made. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. But keep your hands up, and I'll catch you in the next one.